Hello there, welcome back to the Vintage SMP. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am just going about right now, just laying out a basic floor. This is of course oak. We are not going to keep the oak. I'm going to be replacing it with Copic as I get more Copic. But for now, we can put something down so I can actually move around inside what will be Bag End and do a bit of work inside the house. Putting up walls, planning things out. Make my life just a little bit easier than it would be without floors. But so, I noticed something very funny yesterday. Well, this past week. I should say this past week. It wasn't yesterday. So I had said weeks ago that I'm making a hobbit hole. And I decided I wanted to actually make Bag's End, or Bag End. I keep saying it is plural. It's not. Bag End for our main house. And then I'm going to have a couple hobbit holes around for storage or whatnot, just to, you know, make it look like Hobbiton. So what has happened since I said that? Well, Charles, the individual who made the build video that I used as my inspiration for my single player Spanish Villa, has come out with a video of their own hobbit hole, which is awesome. I definitely recommend watching it. In fact, I'll try to remember to link it in the video. In addition to Charles' video, I found another YouTube channel, a vintage story called, I think it was like Building Middle Earth or something Middle Earth, and of course they built Hobbiton themselves. So, you know, that's now two vintage story channels doing Hobbiton and Bag's End since I mentioned it. But there's more than that. See, the Hermitcraft member Tango Tech was doing a build video for build and seek. Essentially hide and seek in Minecraft, where you build something and you hide in your builds. And what did he do? Well, he did Bag's End also. So, granted, he did a much smaller version since he had to fit it in a 28 by 28 area. But yeah, so in the span of essentially 2 weeks, I've seen 3 different creators decide to do Hobbits and Bag's End in addition to what I'm doing here. So I guess if you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings, you have plenty of material to get build inspiration off of. I did say once I am done building this, I mean, obviously I'm going over it right now as I'm laying out my thought patterns behind, you know, doing the pastel over the wattle and daub and whatnot, but I'll be doing individual videos, or a individual video where I'll try to take all of my footage together and might narrate over it or whatnot. The moon keeps throwing me off because I think there's something flying up there. But do a video just of how to build this if you want to build it yourself. And there are going to be adjustments made. Like I was thinking, how am I going to do this hallway? Because I'm doing 3 wide hallways. These are being sloped in, you know, to take this curve, right? How am I going to do that here? Well, this hallway can be curved because it is. But this isn't. This is a flat wall. And of course, that's a flat wall. So that would work over here. So I don't need to have a curve here and then a curve here, which would require widening this all out and moving everything down. This will work as it is. This will be curved. This will be flat. So I think it'll work out quite well. Just taking a little bit of creative problem solving. Let's go with that. Like already, I'm going to be bringing this in because in the image I was working off, look how wide I made this hallway. That's going to be too wide for the build I want to do. I might what I might end up doing is coming out a further block here and a further block here, so that this stays 3 wide. And I've mentioned I'm not a very good builder. What I'm gonna have to do is essentially cut this block in half and then work on the shaping and the angle so that it maintains and lines up with the other blocks that are going to be going this way, because I then have to shave this in to be half a block thick going that. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work. And then making this curve in that way and make this curve out. I literally just finished recording my last episode on my single player world, which will air long before you see this. But I was saying how my Spanish villa is my most complex build thus far, and I've already proven myself wrong just hopping back in the multiplayer world and just considering what I still have to do for Bag's End. I don't make my life easy, do I? Anyway, what I'm going to do now, since it's getting dark and I'm not going to be working at nighttime with all the rifts that like to spawn around me, is I have a couple bits of iron bloom. I have an iron anvil. I am going to make every member of the server a iron pickaxe as a gift. I'm going to go drop it off at their builds. I don't know if I have everyone's build. I have job fires there. I have... Oh, here it is. Vega's there. Coolio's is down here, which is looking awesome. I don't know if I know where Digby is. Ah, you can hear the guests outside. And that's why I'm not working outside right now. I don't know where Digby is. I'll figure out where he is to drop it off. But yeah, I'm gonna make everyone a iron anvil. So, sorry, an iron pickaxe, so they can collect whatever resources they need or want for, just make their lives a little easier. One for Vega. And, oh, he's making some good progress. Where is the best place to leave job fires? Ooh, he's got some nice looking stuff. Right here. And, well, he's got iron already. Oh, well. We'll give it to him anyway. Iron for Coolio. And I just got the lore for looking at that tapestry, so that's great. His build looks awesome. Go watch his video, by the way. Videos. He's got a ton of them. Ooh. It looks like there's been a bit of work being done around spawn. A bit more work being done around spawn. And that deer was flying. Must be a reindeer. I had not seen that one going up. I know, of course, about the build that Digby's doing over there. And the tavern right there. I didn't know about that one. So let's see. That's as good a place as any to leave it for Digby. Let's see. Nice. It's done to look like a barrel, right? On its side. So we've got some... I think... This is... I think it's Jobfire who's building this one, right? He's got polished shale to look like the iron bindings around the barrel. And, I don't know if I'm going to show you what's in the inside. Depends on what's done. Ah, not much. Okay. There's nothing to hide in here. Unfortunately, yeah, all the culinary artillery blocks are no longer with us because it's not updated. And of course, we have my little terrible log cabin. I'm going to build a better house. I'm going to build a hobbit hut over here. But yeah, this is just bulk storage for everybody. Oh, I'm going to steal this metal scrap so I can make my black dye. Oh, we still got some grain in here. It's good for another 8 years. Okay. Oh, I brought my anvil. Right. So I can steal... That does not have enough durability. And that is not enough either. Okay, I guess I gotta go make another chisel so I can break down my bronze anvil so I can get rid of it. So, is this the library?
Is it?
Looks awesome. Ah, you found some of the ancient pillars from one of the ruins.
Yeah, I found a blueprint.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I brought over 3 lore books, a scroll, and the 2 blueprints that I have.
Oxford.
Maps? I don't have any maps yet. Okay, let's get all the dings in. All right, I got that one. All right, and then I have 1 scroll. Go right there.
Oh, cool. You got the one.
Yeah, I've got the lamplight, and I've got the carpenter's bed. So I can use that carpenter bed one to make the canopied beds. I don't think you can actually sleep in them.
Carved wood.
Yeah, don't think you can sleep in the canopy beds, but they look good.
Yeah.
All right, awesome work. Looks good.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna put up some more racks and.
Yeah, if I find anything else, I'll bring them by and drop them off.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured first resource for.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bot or something.
Maybe. All right. Well.
Pretty sweet necklace you got too.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of an Egyptian falcon.
Yeah, definitely. Falcon. On the. Bad. So bag end is come along pretty good.
Yeah, I've been using the wood stain mod because my first set of Copic trees came in, so I was just laying down the floor and the wooden trim for the bottom half of the wall, and I've laid out the walls for the main hallway. Most of it. I've burned through like 3 pallets already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm using the palette to get the pastel color.
Uh-huh.
So for every block I place and then use the pantograph here to copy and paste, it uses 1 charge of the palette. So that's what, 300? No, it's about 450 blocks I've placed or so.
Yeah, because that's 150.
But yeah, it's looking good. When you get close to my base, you can see the color change on the map.
Oh, nice. I'll
I see.
have to come check it out pretty soon.
Yep. In fact, I mean, I see the color change when I get close to your base. What I mean is, I saw the color change to your base when I got closer to your base.
Yeah, when we updated my map, like all blacked out where I haven't been, so I can't see what you've been doing on the map.
Oh, mine didn't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have all my markers and stuff. Fog. Where I can't see. I have to go back to.
Minimal inconvenience.
Yeah. Said all my map markers and stuff are there, so I know where I've been.
I found a translocator.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's at negative 1,152 by negative 400. So it's not that far from your base. I haven't set it up yet, or haven't repaired it yet. But there's a ruin.
I have two of them by my base.
Okay. There's a
I've only
sandstone.
found one temporal.
Yeah, I just got my first temple
Fixed
gear, and I used it for setting my spawn.
Yeah.
But there's a sandstone ruin to the west of your base, and the translocator is located under that ruin. In a cave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have one marked about 100 blocks south of that.
About 100 blocks south of where I just gave you?
Yeah, of that sandstone
Okay.
mark down there, and then there. Wanted a 1158.
1158, you said?
8.
Yep, we're getting besieged in here.
A lot of guys out there.
Yep. Were you building the structure on the hill over there?
No.
No?
I think
Okay.
I think that was Digby.
Okay.
He was gonna make it a windmill.
Yeah, no, I came over here the other day to when I was dropping off everyone a iron pick, and I saw that and I had no clue who put it there.
Yeah. Been there for a little bit, and it hasn't changed in a while.
All right. But I saw his structure he's building north of us here has made some progress.
Yeah.
And the tavern is coming along pretty well. That's the barrel over there.
Here to focusing on my own base.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's what I've been doing too. I built the community cabin here, and since then I've been working on my hobbit hole. You need healing?
Oh no.
Okay. I got some horsetail poultices on me just in case.
Did you check out the map?
Abandoned mine? Oh, got it now.
Marker on. It's like 8,000 blocks.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a journey.
I pretty much have everything I need to. Good way to get whoever wants. But I think that's part of the better ruins.
Yeah, it's better ruins. It says it right there on the, if you look at the map, at the bottom it says Mod Better Ruins.
So I think it's a pretty expansive.
I don't know if I've ever actually checked them out. I have 4 or 5 in my single player world. I just don't think I've ever gone there yet.
Yeah, I guess they're supposed to be like mini, or like resonance.
I gotta get a little more iron, a little more meteoric iron together, and then I'll have a full set of armor, and I can go. Well, then we can start planning to go hit the archive.
Yeah. I'm pretty steady on iron. I've got a lot of it. Started on any historic yet.
I've got a few pieces of meteoric, as you can tell.
Yeah, yes. Iron armor.
If 2 of us have iron, then Digby and Vega, if he wants to join, really only need bronze, really, and then we should be more than ready to head out.
Oh yeah. Group of us.
Gotta find it first, though. I don't have it on my map.
I don't either, but we just have to get the map from treasure trade.
Yeah, and he's right outside.
Yep. Gives you it for free.
What was that?
Gives you the map to the residence.
Yeah, for a tin bronze pickaxe.
Oh, okay.
There are like 6 or 7 of them out there.
Yeah. It's apocalyptic now. Just a minute ago.
Yeah.
High Rift. Apocalypse.
Well, Coolio and I made it out of there. We again, I forgot to turn on forgot to start recording. But he says, you want Leroy Jenkins it? So we opened the door and just bolted. I lost 2/3 my health getting out of there because all the drifters decided they want to throw rocks at me. Anyway, so yeah, that library looks awesome. That's gonna be, it's a community library, obviously. It's in the spawn, and that's where we're gonna be dropping off all of our lore books, scrolls, cylinders, maps, and blueprints from Better Ruins. But I told him I had made some good progress on Bag's End. How about I show you the progress too? He's gonna hop by tomorrow, whether I'm on or not, just to check it out himself. But yeah, here we go. This is the progress I've made so far. I've focused mostly on the main hallway. I'll be working on the actual rooms here in the future. I gotta figure out how and what exactly I'm gonna be doing. But yeah, this is the hallway. It is looking quite nice, if I do say so myself. Now, I had a great suggestion in the comments on the last video that if you use the QP chisel tool, and I don't have my hammer on me, so give me a sec. There it is. I'm looking everywhere for it. I couldn't find it. It was literally right in front of my nose. Okay. So with the QP chisel tool, the primary chisel here, QP's chisel, you can rename blocks or set the name. So I went through and I missed one there, but most of these have been renamed to be plaster wall. And the ceiling has, and when you copy with the pantoglyph, it will copy the name too. Most of the time, provided you remember to actually use the right one. So if I grab, these all say oak planks because I didn't grab the right one. Let's copy that one, place that there, rotate it. Now that says plaster wall. Now that's his plaster wall, so you get the idea. Okay. And then I've started putting in the stained Copic planks. And they're stained with the black dye, which I can show you how to make in a moment. Or, well, how it works in a moment. I grabbed the stain brush right there. But as you notice, we got a few holes here. I need to play around with it, but what I'm essentially going to be doing here is grabbing that, coming in a bit, and then doing a corner here in that spot, and I'm going to have to adjust the slopes of like this so that it lines up, but that's how I'm going to be rounding out the edges. So I've got to adjust quite a bit. So I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. I'm just getting the walls in place, and I'll figure that out later. Likewise, this has to be trimmed. This side needs to be trimmed down, so that's flush with this wall. I'll worry about that later also. Okay, so let's look at the dye quickly. So I made up 50 liters of black dye using the scrap metal, I think it was. And so what you do then is you take your stain brush, which you make with 2 sticks and a bit of linen, and you just place it right there, and it'll take 1 liter and apply it to the brush. Now I have 128 durability. That is essentially 128 applications. Go back inside. Let's ignore that. Let's remove that block there for now and grab one of our Copic planks. Just place it down and click on it. There we go. It's done. It works with slabs too. So that should be a slab. No, I put a plank there. That's a slab. I said ideal film later. Later was about 2 seconds later. So yeah, it works with full planks and works with slabs too. So I'm going to replace that because that's not supposed to be a plank. It's supposed to be a slab. Place that and that. There you go. So I'm going to be going through and replacing all of the flooring with Copic slabs so that I can dye them. And the reason for the slabs should be rather obvious, but it's half the amount of boards to make slabs as it is to make the planks. And so I can get twice the amount of flooring done for the same amount of wood. And since I am using a wood that I don't have a very large supply of, I've got 3 saplings planted over there, and that's it. Making it last as long as possible is definitely the best plan. But now I can grab that and apply these. And that's going to be the bottom. And then what I can do next is place that there. No, I didn't want to do it that way. Grab that. And we're going to do that across the entire walls on all sides at that level. And that should look the most like Bag's End from the render that I was looking at. And then, like I said, we're going to have the supports running down to sort of make it look arched. I don't know if I'm actually going to use supports or if I'm going to use another bit of wood to represent supports. You know, use the chisel tool and all that. I'll test that out. But yes, here's the progress we've made. It's looking good. There's stuff that needs to be fixed. That's perfectly fine. now I just need to figure out how I'm going to do what I want to do for the roofing for all these rooms. Do I want to go with the half slab? Not half slab. It's just a slab. Which would probably be the best idea. But then, like, or am I going to arch these in like this? Although the arches here are really only for the doorways and the hallways, because those are arched, and the rooms, I don't remember if the rooms are arched. I'm gonna have to go watch Lord of the Rings again. Anyway, you see the progress. I think it looks good. I'm going to be taking quite a while to get the rest of this done. Especially if I keep placing blocks wrong. But yes, back to the... Back to the stain. It has 128 uses, and then it reverts back to the stained brush that's just dry. This white stained brush with nothing on it. Or, as you see, after 22 more hours, 24 hours from when you first get it, first stick it in the dye, it will revert to being dry. If it dries out, you can dry... I actually don't know how to undry it. So I'm going to just make sure I use up what's left of it on the floors before it does dry, and that way I don't have to worry about losing any progress. Paint. I'm sorry, it's 3 a.m. for me right now. My brain is starting to shut down. But there you go. Now I've at least caught you up on how Bag's End is going. So convert these back over. And we've finally gotten a chance to see how the wood stain mod works and what it looks like. Definitely going to be a fun mod for helping add just a little more color and variance to our builds. Of course, you can't use the stained wood for like boards to build stuff. Like, we can't make stained boards and make the cooling cabinets or whatnot. I just accidentally stained an oak log. Actually, if that oak log looks the same as the oak plank looks the same as the Copic, I might just lose it. No, okay, it does look different. Good. Here I am, worrying about making sure I get enough of the Copic, and it's like, what if the oak looks the same? Ooh. That was something I hadn't tested. You cannot apply the stain to a block after it's already been chiseled. Well, it's a good thing I learned that now. Okay, I'm gonna keep working on this. And bring you back in, hopefully when we have a bit more progress. Although this is a good amount of progress for me. Well, it's been a few days. I didn't get all that much more work done. I did add a couple more walls. Or at least most of the walls. But as you see, it started to snow. It is now getting later into the year. And yeah, we're going on year 2 already, and I'm still building my house. To be fair, this is a much bigger house than my last house I built. Now, I don't mean that. That is not a house. That is a hole in the ground with a door. Anyway. Anyway, I just crashed the desktop. And it fixed itself when I loaded back in. Okay, well, minimum inconvenience. As I was about to say, it is late. I want this video to be up in 6 hours. So we're going to call it an end here. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Thank you to my channel members for your support. And I hope to see you next time. Later.